150,000. What would you do? 150 grand in your hand, what would you do? If you had 150,000.
As a kid with a team to believe in, every win and loss left my heart still beating. Year after year through the rain and the sun, learning that faith is what makes us strong.
The kick is up, and the kick is good afternoon, and welcome back to the Super Fan Diaries. I'm your host, J.R. Green, recording from our studios on Broadway in downtown Nash, Vegas, bringing you the biggest sports, the biggest moments, and the biggest fans, celebrating passionate sports figures and their unique stories. Yes, legends. Be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share your own game day traditions or stories online. Today's guest, you've probably heard of him before you've seen him. He's the voice behind one of the most viral Panther fan moments in history. One line, and somehow an entire fan base started singing it. This isn't about stats or wins. It's about a fan who turned a moment into a movement. The song that took over the internet and then took over the stadium. Ladies and gentlemen, from the Panther Den, the incredible fan who sang an unforgettable melody. If you had
150,000, what would you do? 150 grand in your hand, what would you do? Hey!
If you had
150,000, what would you do? 150 grand in your hand, what would you do? What's up, party people?
Michael Malloy, also known as Carolina Mike, welcome to the show.
Thank you. So happy to be here. Appreciate it.
I mean, I think you just won. You just won for the most fun, creative entrance I think we've ever done here. And I mean, you even did that where you were trying to add a little harmony. I mean, Carolina Mike, you're a singer.
Oh, I think maybe I was just off because I'm just getting back from being ill, so maybe it was an unintentionalized harmony, but hey, I'll take it.
No, but just for all the fans listening right now, we never did any pre-prep for that. I mean, that was ad hoc. I may have told him I was going to do it, but that was it. So I'm pretty impressed. And of course, I've got money just sitting here all over the place here.
Nice, nice. Looks like
All right.
real money, though.
Yeah, that was real money. That was real. We were
Balling.
we're
Big balling over there.
throwing some money around over here. The rest were all dollars. It was the 100 that serendipitously just landed here, just to kind of pay homage to 150,000.
Nice.
All right, I got to start here. What was the inspiration for this song, and why specifically 150,000 of these bad boys?
Well, kind of came in stages. The inspiration really started out with just trying to write 30 songs in 30 days. Like that was the kind of the impetus, and ended up with a beat. And by the way, I got to about 6-7 songs, not the full 30.
Way to pull that in there. I cannot wait for my son to watch this show. Better, Carolina Mike.
So I was trying to write 30 songs in 30 days, got to about 6-7 songs, and landed on this beat. I loved the beat, and I was like, okay, what am I going to do with this? And I just started humming. I was like, and it just came out, and I just started singing, if you had 150,000. And I mean, I played around with different, like I didn't want to do 1,000,000, that's been done.
Oh,
And
yeah.
100 didn't quite have enough syllables, and it just made sense from a sonic standpoint. And I knew it was a weird amount, but then once I figured out, well, this is what it's going to be, and I just started kind of just writing some just nonsense things that I would buy with this oddly specific, not large amount, but not tiny amount of money.
Right. Well, I mean, yeah, no, it's not bad. And by the way, I did have that on here. I mean, like basically the only other song out there, and there's no question, yours wins because a fan generated the song. But I mean, the other one was basically written by a bunch of dirty girls, these bare naked ladies that came up with, if I had $1 million, I'd buy you a house. I mean, so
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
best to have it, what I'll call organically from a super Carolina fan.
Hey, I appreciate it.
Now, did you have any idea this song would go so viral?
No. If I did, I probably would have saved up some more vacation time. Because I needed to use it from all the appearances that I've been having this past year. But no, and I don't think anyone really, knows that, right? Like I had no idea, and one day I'm singing in front of my garage. The next, 3 months later, I'm walking out in front of 70,000 people at the Panther Saints game. So it's
I
just
mean,
wild.
it's just, it's It's incredible. By the way, earlier on our show, you used a pretty big word, a word that most people, including myself, would not know unless you did it in the context of what you're talking about in terms of how you came up with that song. Are you a professor? Because only professors use those big words.
What was I don't know what the big word
I can't
was.
remember what the big word is too, but
Was
it
it was it impetus? Was that the was
no,
that
it was something else to do about you building out the words to this song, and it was like you use this really like
uh
powerful word. But anyway, are you a professor?
no, I am not a professor. Although my dad sometimes he'll just call me professor, but no, no, I'm just a regular dude, tech nerd.
Oh,
That yeah, yeah.
all right. Well, you know the great news about tech and AI? They can't replace you. Carolina Mike, they cannot. They can come up with songs, they can come up with lyrics. They can't replace personalities, not yet. Humanoids have not made it here yet.
Well, that's a good thing.
All right. But now you brought me right back to the next stage of our discussion, which is before the viral moment, before every single Carolina Panther on the planet of Earth knew your name. Who were you?
Just Mike, just a goofy dad, just a regular guy, just trying to like trudge through this thing that we call life. Just having fun, making music, put myself out there with, TikTok and Instagram and just kind of not being afraid to go for it.
Love it. How old are your children? You mentioned your dad. How old are your children?
Just one daughter, she is 13. Yep.
Oh, I know the age. Carolina, mine's 14. I mean, this morning I literally listened to my daughter tell us how she didn't like X, Y, and Z, whatever we had for breakfast, because she said, you're serving it too much. And I'm just tired of it. I want to get something new. And I'm like, girl, you can get your own breakfast. If you don't like what mom and dad are serving, go get your own dang breakfast. But you know what? I've talked to people. I know a lot of therapists, and they say, breathe. Just breathe. Take a deep breath.
It'll be okay. You got this.
You got this. All right. Tell me about you as a child. What does Panthers fandom look like for you growing up?
Well, since I'm kind of, up there in age, we didn't have a team, back in the 70s and 80s. It wasn't until 95, 96 that we actually got a team. So when I was in college, we actually got invited out to the groundbreaking ceremony for Ericsson Stadium. And so the real ones know the original name of Bank of America Stadium was Ericsson Stadium. And just kind of became a fan ever since then, especially once I moved out to Minnesota. Everybody's like rooting for, the Vikings, Packers. Those teams are great. But I was like, I'm originally from South Carolina, so I'm gonna root for my Carolina Panthers, and it's been like that ever since.
And just devoted, just passionate and love it and always a part of it, which is, I think pretty awesome. And you think about it from all the pieces that you throughout time. So now, were you creative in school, high school, college? Did you have a creative like itch? I mean, obviously, if you wrote 30 songs in 30 days, I mean, that's driving you. Were you a singer in college or high school?
That was the goal, 30 songs in 30 days, but remember, we got to like 6, 7,
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
6, 7.
Um,
I
uh,
know anybody under the age of like 15 sees us doing this, and it's us. We've ruined it. 6, 7 is no
right.
longer cool because we are doing this. We're doing this. We
And
think
that's
it's cool, Carolina.
exactly my intention is to ruin it. So, creative as a kid, yeah, writing short stories and stuff like that. Actually, I started out in 7th grade being in the band, and
Okay.
that really kind of like launched my whole love of music. Although even younger than that, as you'll see on my next single cover,
Oh, I
you'll
can't
see
wait.
me you'll see me at the age of probably 7 or 8, just sort
Okay.
of pretending to sing in my grandmother's living room. It's like a Polaroid, and that's actually
Love
going
it.
to be the album art for the next single. It's called Press Play. It should be coming
Any
out
chance
here.
at the end of the show we can get just a little hint for everybody listening? Because we've got hundreds of thousands of folks now that are listening to the show, and I know they would love to hear it. We've got time. We still got a lot of time before the end of the show, but just as a teaser for them to stick around.
Fair enough. I could get you
Yes,
a
yes,
sneak peek of that. So,
yes.
but yeah. So even as a kid, just always singing the stuff that was on the radio, dancing, making people laugh. It's always kind of been in my DNA.
Well, And so when I think through it, you've already given us the background of how you just kind of pulled together. I love how you just ultimately came up with 150,000. So it was just kind of you massaged into this number, which is a very definitively big number, but not so ostentatious, which it ties back to your lyrics around buying a team. And so,
Ostentatious, you're the professor.
well, no, I get to
The
interview all these
heck?
Carolina Mike, I've been interviewing so many professors that it's raised my IQ a little bit. And I'm not going to lie, it's good to interview folks like you because it makes me smarter. But if we get back to the 150,000, and you think about that and you sang it, did you do the very first time when you were on that video, the YouTube that I think millions of people have seen? Did you do that by memory or did you have the lyrics in front of you? Be honest.
Oh no, I've never. Well, which version of? Well, no.
The very
Okay.
first one. Very first one.
It. We'll just say no. Anytime I've ever recorded myself
Yeah.
to go out on the interwebs, it's always been from memory. Now, what you don't see
Okay.
are all the outtakes. For example, when I did the Bojangles thingamabob, I had to write that thing,
Yeah.
to the tune of 150K, and I swear, I don't know, 20, 30 takes, because, I had just learned it, and so it
Right.
took a lot of takes. And when I do the custom versions, it does take a few takes, but I don't actually record the takes while I'm like reading the lyrics, if that answers your
That's
question.
exactly, yeah. Because I know that sometimes I have to cheat. I just do. If I'm doing some of the reading and I'm doing the podcast, I'm just being candid and transparent. That sometimes I'll have the nice little lyric or key. I'll have my little notes in front of me because it just helps me flow through it. But you saying it so perfectly without missing a beat, I just had to ask. All right, now it went viral. The whole world is watching, especially Carolina fans. Was there a
Yep.
moment where your phone just wouldn't stop? I mean, you just mentioned your phone was buzzing a little bit today, but like when you did that moment when it went viral, how many phone calls did you get like within the day?
Well, I mean, not a lot of people have the bat phone, so it wasn't necessarily phone calls. It was more so like DMs and some emails here and there.
Yes.
Um, and also there's a just for clarity, like this this thing kind of blew up in two stages. Like there was the first stage where I did it in front of my garage, and then I did it with, tossing the money with just the first verse, and then there were people like asking like where's the rest of the song, and that's when I came up with the actual second verse. So we could talk about that a little bit later if you want,
I got
but
it.
then back to things blowing up and my phone blowing up. I
Yeah.
I I remember when things really started hitting on Instagram. Like we
Yeah.
started out on TikTok.
Okay.
Things were kind of going up. That was July 4th weekend. But then once I added the actual money toss in and doing
Which
it
is my
like
favorite part. I mean, it's awesome.
what once I added that in and put that on Instagram,
Yeah.
it just went buck nutty, and like my phone, like the notifications were just going off. I mean, it was like what's happening here? So that was kind of wild.
Yeah.
But then, the DMs come in and people wanting me to be on podcasts, and then, you know, Cameo reached out and wanted me to be on Cameo, and then they referred me to the Bojangles. It just all kind of just
Love it.
rolled along. Yeah.
Okay. What did it feel like when the Panthers fans, I'm talking 100,000 people, Carolina Mike, are singing it, repeating it, owning it?
That was awesome. I mean, like doing it in the stadium was like surreal. It was like I can't believe that I'm actually here. I'm on the field. My family's here, and I'm about to go out and do this thing in front of all these people. And I didn't really get the full sense of it because I had my in-ear monitors in,
Okay.
kind of isolating the sound so I could hear my backing track. And so I couldn't really hear the fans, and I wasn't
Very
really
much.
focused in on them
Yeah.
because,
You want to get
you
that. You
know,
got to sing.
yeah. But when I saw the playback, especially the video that the Panthers put together, they like did a shot of the jumbotron, and there's like people up there like jamming out to it. I was like, okay,
Huge.
this is
Yeah, it's
yeah,
huge. I mean,
it was
Carolina Mike, I have so much respect for you because you took a moment, you had the courage, you had the confidence, you found yourself on the stage. I mean, the last time I had a moment like that to sing, I had a panic attack and forgot the words to Rocky Top. So, the fact that you were able to do that with all those stands, and then you sang it perfectly. You did it. I mean, that's stepping up, and I mean, it's it's incredible. So, wow, I got to say, cheers to you. All right, folks, that's the 2-minute warning. When we come back, how a viral moment turns into identity, and what happens when fans start expecting you to deliver.
Started as a kid with a team to believe in. Every win and loss left my heart still beating.
Welcome back, and here's the thing. People go viral every day, almost it feels every minute, but they don't become icons. You did. When did people start recognizing you in public or at games, Mike? That's what I got to know is I know that you just performed, we just talked right before the break, performing in front of hundreds of thousands of people singing with your earpiece in, and like you're totally legit. But what about people start recognizing you at the grocery store, the gas station? Tell us.
Okay, well, first off, none of that really happens in Minnesota. Let's be clear about that, okay?
It's
Um,
cold. It's
it,
too cold.
I mean, I could count on one hand the amount of people who have actually recognized me as Carolina Mike in Minnesota. Like, there was one time I was watching a Panthers game. I think this was after the performance, and I was just sitting there by myself, and dude came over, he's like, "Are you the guy?" I was like, "Yep, that's me." And then we went to a Minnesota Wild game several months ago, and I'm in line getting ice cream with my daughter, and a guy recognized me, and that was in Minnesota. But like from the day that I got to Charlotte for that first appearance back, it would have been was it November 10th was the Saints game?
Yeah.
Okay, because Roaring Riot had flown me down, and then the Panthers,
Wait,
you
you
know,
flew private. You got to fly private.
no, no, no,
Okay.
no way. I wish. Um, but from the like, I'm pretty sure I got recognized in the airport once we landed,
Oh, yes,
and
you did.
then
Yes, you
and
did.
and then when I went to the Roaring Riot to for sound check, got recognized. When I went over to the Panthers stadium for sound check, they knew who I was. It was just crazy. I was like, how do these people? And as I was going through, the sound check, and they were kind of walking me through the stadium and showing me stuff. Like their drum line was like, "Hey, the drum line wants to meet you," and I was like, "Why do they want to meet me?" Like but
But your
they
drum,
knew,
I see exactly why they want to meet you. Yes.
because I'm a band nerd. That's probably why. Um, and so, but yeah, ever since then, anytime I go to Charlotte, it's wild. I mean,
Oh, I love it. I absolutely
yeah.
love it. But I actually have to say, I think it's a pretty good balance, especially with your family being in Minnesota, that when you want to get that if you need a feel to know that you're loved, you just need to go into Carolina, go to a game,
Ah,
and then it's going to be like fireworks for you. But then you get to come back to Minnesota where nobody's going to bother you. That's not
yeah,
a bad gig.
yeah, yeah. I'll take. Hey, it's all just icing on the cake. And before I forget, like, big shout out to all the fans, just every single
Love it.
fan. Because without the fans, you guys wouldn't even know who I am. So appreciate it.
Absolutely. Cheers to them. There's no doubt. All right. What's it like hearing something that you created echo through a stadium? I mean, like you told us right before the break that you saw it. You could tell it was on the big screen. You saw yourself, and it kind of, but we got it for all of us that have never had that opportunity. What does it feel like when it's echoing through the stadium and it's yours?
It's indescribable. It makes you smile.
You didn't start crying? I think I'd start crying. So you just smiled. You just smiled.
Yeah, I just smile. I mean, I as far as crying, I had my breakdown moment right before I flew down to Carolina for that first appearance, where the Roaring Riot flew me down and the Panthers extended the invitation, let me do it in the stadium. I kind of had this moment after I got off the phone with the Panthers where I was just like, I just broke down. Like I was just super like happy, but also like super nervous. Like, holy crap! Like, you mean I'm gonna fly down there, do a tailgate, and then also do this in the stadium? Like, this is nuts. This is completely. And I just broke down. I was like, this is supposed to be fun, but I was just like crying. Like, oh my god, this is like freaking out right now. But it was all good. I held it. I got it together.
Well, thank you for sharing with everybody. Because by the way, Carolina, I want you to know that I think this happens to more people than you know. And maybe no one ever wants to admit it, But I think when everybody has one huge moment in their life of accomplishing a goal, I mean, let's face it, 6'7", I know you attempted 30 for 30, you got to 6'7", but the reality is you did it. It came to fruition. The song became a hit. Carolina fans embrace it as one of their own. You get flown down with the team. Buddy, that's emotional. And I mean, it's like winning because it wasn't winning a lottery. You worked. You had to work hard to help build creative. It took years of your experience of being a band star back in the day, and then taking that to the next level, using those to create a song that people loved. I don't think that's easy. And I think what you did to have that emotional is more people should admit to having those emotional pieces than they do, because it's healthy. So good by you, Carolina. Good by you.
Thanks. But yeah, hearing it played there's a few times where I heard it like played like, so when we did sound check at this Bank of America, they played it before I started singing, and I was like, oh my God, it just sounded just amazing. Big shout out to Greg Ryerson from Rare Form Mastering, who mastered that track.
Good job, Greg.
Yeah, he masters almost all my stuff, so he's just super cool. But then there was a moment where I was backstage at Spectrum because the Hornets had flown me down for the January 24th Spurs Spurs game, Hornets Spurs, and I was in
And
the
that's
back.
Wimbiana, right? That's that super tall guy.
Uh-huh. And they beat them to go six in a row. So I was excited.
Okay.
But anyway, as I'm backstage, they're getting set up for sound check. I just hear this just thumping through the walls, and I'm like, yeah, that's my jam. So yeah,
That's my
it's
jam.
yeah,
My-
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
that's my jam. I love it. All right, listen to this though. Now that people know you, you just got delivered. You just mentioned getting brought down to see the Hornets. They brought you to sing.
Yep.
Panthers, two monstrous organizations that you're now a representative of, and quite frankly, a delegate representing their organizations. Now that people know you, do you feel the pressure about keep delivering? I mean, because that's the one big thing is you've got this one hit, then you've got the pressure like so many other artists do of you don't want to be the one hit wonder. So what's it like? Do you feel that pressure of keeping on delivering?
I think the only pressure I feel is the pressure I put on myself. Although I will say, and you already know this, that the internet, okay,
The
like
internet, the
this,
TikTok, the YouTube,
yeah,
that's how we talk, Carolina. Like,
the internet, whatever, has already jumped on me. Like there's people, oh, this is all you got, just the one song, blah blah blah. It's like, it's okay. I mean, it's not like this is literally the only thing I am doing like all day. Like I actually have a regular, like I have to put food on the table.
yeah.
I have to like continue to be present as a dad. Um, so not to take anything away from the music, but you know, um, I don't have that luxury of being able to just hold up, 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, just
Just going.
creating, right?
Well,
Um,
yeah. No,
but
absolutely.
there is new stuff, and that is coming out. Maybe not as fast as some of the people would like to see, but there's definitely the internet has definitely tried to put that pressure on me, but
Well,
uh,
we are super proud that for everybody listening, and obviously after the next break, we're going to find a way to sneak peek a little bit of this next song for everybody out there needing more. All right.
fair
Well,
enough.
you just kind of mentioned it, by the way, and I deeply respect this because I think the cultures have changed over the last several decades, and the fact that here you are living a dream of Carolina Mike, expectations from fan base, media, the internet, but yet you're still finding time for family. You just mentioned that it's you want to be a good dad for your daughter, and it's incredibly important for everything. Have you ever had a moment where you just didn't feel like being Carolina Mike, but had to be him anyway?
Uh, well, that's a good one. Um, I maybe just momentarily, but it was just been very brief. Um, you know, I like you said, and like we talked about earlier, I only really get thrust into it when I'm in Charlotte, right?
Yeah, you
And
got the best
and
of both. You're Batman. I think you literally be called Batman because you've got Bruce Wayne in Minnesota and then Batman at Carolina Mike.
Yeah, I mean, there have been a few times where it's gotten a little overwhelming, maybe walking through the stadium and I'm trying to like go to the bathroom, right? And they're like, "Oh, I'm gonna, get a photo." And it's
Picture,
like,
picture, picture.
"Ca- can I go pee?" You know, but that was literally like just a brief moment, and I try my best to be accommodating, because again, without the fans,
You don't.
n-
Amen. I mean,
none of
you
this
got to have the
happens.
fans. Yeah. You just made, by the way, for the bathroom break, I can't feel sorry for you, Caroline Mike, because we had Frozen Tundra Man on our show. And if you've ever heard about him, the big Green Bay Packer fan who dresses up in this incredible outfit with literally glued ice fake plastic sculptures that are glued to his nose and his body. The outfit is so intense. It takes him 5 hours to put it on. And he can't go to the bathroom for 6 hours.
Oh
So
wow,
he does
that's
it for
crazy.
he does it for the fans, and I think it's a wonderful. But speaking of that and cost, because you just mentioned the cost there, but how much in terms of does it are you having to spend a lot more money than you're making with this this new Carolina mic? I mean, time, energy, money. Um, what do you think about the cost of doing this?
Um, I would say that I'm at a net positive, nothing life changing. But
No, that's great.
I don't, I don't see myself having to put out more than what I receive. So I'm blessed in that aspect. If that
Not only
answers your
that,
question.
yeah, it does. And not only that, Carolina Mike, because you make an income of any level, and you've done that in the past 3 years since you've been going after Carolina Mike, you can tax write this all off, man. You do not, it's not considered a hobby. But for everyone listening, because I've been through this before, if you go 3 years and you're writing off stuff and you don't have any income, that is not considered a business. That's considered a hobby. So, just a free note to, you can always talk to your CPA. Of course, talk to your CPA. Don't trust Super Fan Diaries, but I know because I've been through an audit before.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
All right, it's now time, Carolina Mike, for the Desert Fan Island. This is where I'm going to ask you. You get these 5 questions.
Oh God.
Pretend, yes, spur of the moment. Pretend you're in Carolina Stadium. You're right there, Bank of America. I know the new name, but you're right there. You're in the center with the jumbotron. You
Yeah.
get one song, and it can't be your own. Can't be $150,000. You get one
Oh,
food, one drink, one person, and today we're gonna let you throw in one Panthers legend. All right. The first one is one song. Can't be your own. What are you gonna have on repeat? What are you gonna have on repeat going on by yourself in the
so is
Carolina
this
Stadium?
desert island or is this in the stadium?
It's
Because
your
I.
stadium. The stadium is placed on a desert island. So just pretend if we
Oh.
put this outside of Hilton Head Island, Carolina
Okay.
now is on its own Hilton Head Island by itself. It's just you on an island in the stadium, and you get one song to just play on repeat.
One
What is
song to play on repeat. Okay, the one that comes to mind is "If You Want Me to Stay" by Sly and the Family Stone.
it? Love
That's
it.
just
It's
I just love
original.
that song. Yeah.
So original. We haven't heard that. All right, one food.
Uh, and how long am I gonna have to eat this one food?
I think you're going to be stuck there for about a year.
Okay, a year. Oh boy, I'm gonna say probably seafood or pizza if I have to pick one.
Those are good answers. I'll take a
Yeah.
boat. I'll take
All
a boat.
right. There
One
you go.
drink. Carolina Mike, one drink.
Uh, um, you know, it's
One
it's really
beverage.
bad, but it's gonna be probably Coca-Cola.
Oh,
I
I was getting ready to say, I don't know what's worse, beer or Coca Cola. Super sugar intake or super alcohol intake.
If it's just me, I mean, I don't know if I want to just,
Yeah, you don't want to just,
drink by myself the whole
yeah,
time. Yeah.
Good call. Good call. All right. One person.
My daughter,
I love it. I love it. One Panthers legend who gets to join you guys.
Panthers legend. Um, I think we got to keep it real with the back wall here, and I think we're gonna go Jake Delhomme because he just seems like he'd just be super fun
Hang
just
out.
to laugh and joke. So
All right,
yeah.
real quick, because it just made me go before I ask you this final one. You just made me segue because you just mentioned a player. Who are the Carolina Panthers going to pick with the 19th pick in the draft? Who are they picking?
You really would ask me something like
It's got to
that.
be a wide receiver. I mean, right now, I Googled this stuff before I showed up for our show today, and I
Uh,
think it's a wide receiver from Oregon or a tight end. But I had to ask you because I just threw it out there. But I know they're the 19th pick unless they trade.
yeah, well, let's go with that because honestly, I've been so out of it for the past like week, that yeah, my brain is a little foggy. So wide receiver sounds like a great option.
Well, I'm going to give you the name. I think it's going to be Kenyon Sadek. Kenyon Sadek or Dylan Theinman. I think what's one of those. But I'll tell you the other one that's out there, which has got a name. I think his name, I don't want to say the wrong, but it's Concepcion. I think it's like Sadiq Concepcion. I mean, it's a cool last name. So if they get him, Concepcion, I mean, that's pretty cool for a non-super athlete, because everyone knows that listen to the show. It's not about the stats with me. I don't know, and I know I mispronounce a lot of these athletic names, so I apologize up front. All right, one other question before we leave the desert island. Carolina Mike, you got your daughter with you.
Yep.
What movie? I'll give you a bonus question. What movie are you going to have played nonstop on the Jumbotron? You're going to go song, movie.
Oh boy. So she doesn't really. Oh boy.
Well, you don't have to do it for her. What movie do you want?
Oh, what movie would I watch? It's probably Friday.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Friday's so good. All right, that's a good one. All right, now we're going to be jumping to a different segment of the show. What has this song in fame and fandom, what has it given you?
Just a renewed faith in that if you just stick to just stick to your game, just stick to your plan, that good things can come out of it. And helping me show my family that, especially my little girl, that, just staying positive and putting your nose to the grindstone can have some good benefits in the long run.
Oh, I don't think, what do you want to just drop the mic right there? Because that's exactly the point. Perseverance, and what an incredible role model. Do you feel like you represent Panthers fans now every day when you're out in public?
Well, when I'm in Charlotte, remember? Because, in Charlotte for sure. Here,
yep.
Yeah, I'm
even though you're in Minnesota. You got the Vikings fans. I don't know if the Vikings play Carolina very often, but when they do, they might call you Benedict Arnold.
Well, I don't care what they call me. I'm repping my Panthers. That's
Amen.
For sure.
Amen.
So, and I believe they do come to Minnesota. I feel like the Panthers are coming to Minnesota this year, so I definitely plan on being
love
there.
that. Oh, you gotta love that.
And I'm almost always wearing something Panthers related, or Hornets related now, since they hooked me up with some stuff. But
take care of the Hornets too. They're a good team. I got to see them when they played the Hawks this year, and they won the game. They were a solid team. So hats off to them as well. All right, another question I have for you, going back to 150 grand. Are the Panthers ever going to give you a check, or the Hornets, for 150 grand so they can see what you're going to do with it?
Are they going to give me a check? Hey,
I feel like they got to see what you're going to do with it. You've told us all the things you can't do with it, like buy a team, fly to Paris, fly, to play. But so I feel like some sponsor out there supporting Carolina football or Hornet basketball would want to give you 150 grand just to watch you film you spending the money.
Well, that would be life-changing.
Like Brewster's Millions, like the movie Brewster's Millions. You got $150,000. You got to spend that in 60 seconds. I don't know what the game would be, but it just seems like someone in marketing at Carolina would think about this.
Hey, I am open to it. Okay, but no, that has not occurred. And if it did occur, there would be signs. I can tell you that.
You keep your hits coming, and it'll happen. All right, tell us what makes Carolina fans and Hornet fans different. For those who've never been to a game.
Just dedication, fun. They're nice. I don't see anybody getting out of pocket. I just think they're courteous from what I've seen, and they cheer loud for their teams. What more can you ask for?
I love it. Nothing. Quick break. Don't go anywhere. And while listening to the people who help make this show possible, be sure to subscribe and leave a review. And when we come back, we're coming back with the buzzer beater. Be right back after these messages.
Started as a kid with a team to believe in. Every win and loss left my heart still beating.
All right, we're back with Carolina Mike from North Carolina, who actually lives in Minnesota. And guess what? It's now time for the buzzer beater. You ready for this? I'm going to ask you a bunch of rapid fire questions, Carolina Mike. Just give me your answers as fast as they come to your mind. Number one, favorite Panther of all time?
Steve Smith, Jake Delhomme.
Done. Best game you've ever experienced?
The Hornets when their play-in game on Wednesday.
That was a good one. That was a good one. All right. Craziest reaction you've ever seen to your song?
People dancing in the stands.
It's awesome. One thing every Panthers fan must do on game day.
Tell somebody to keep pounding.
All right. Next song coming. Or are we going to keep it classic? Or do you like to do an improv a little bit? Or are you going to actually do a recording?
The next song? You mean as far as new release?
Yeah, your next song. Yeah, your next song to release.
It's press play. It's going to be coming out in May.
All right. Outstanding. If the Panthers make it to the Super Bowl, and if you notice my hat, I'm wearing the last time the Panthers made it to the hat, Super Bowl 50.
Oh, that was a heartbreaker.
It was a heartbreaker. They played, but they made it to the Super Bowl. That's what counts.
Yes.
I know they lost, just like the Titans have lost, but we've made it to the Super Bowl at least once.
Twice.
If they make it to the Super Bowl this year, what are you doing?
I'm going.
Amen.
And I'm going to perform. No, who knows?
Speaking of amen, when you get to the pearly gates and they ask, what is the craziest thing you've done in the name of fandom? What is it?
Made a video wearing a big giant noggin hat.
All right. And then what are you asking forgiveness for?
For not having created a Carolina Hurricane song yet.
Yeah, absolutely. Carolina, now every hurricane listening to this is going to be asking, you're right. You're right. Come on now. You've got to create that is now your next calling. You've just said it on the show. We now want to hear a Carolina Hurricane song down the road.
Spend $150,000 on a hockey team. Wait a minute. That's not enough to buy a team. There you go. That's it.
All right. Years from now, when the Panthers hear this song or the Hornets or the Hurricanes, what do you hope they think about you?
Fun. Just fun. Having unadulterated, unabashed fun.
I love it. And speaking of fun, now the moment all of you listeners have been waiting for. Thank you for staying till the end of the show. Carolina Now Mike is ready to give us a sneak peek, first time heard on Super Fan Diaries, of his newest future #1 hit. Are you ready? Carolina Mike, take it away.
Here we go. It's called Press Play, and I'm going to press play.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Everybody knows all dogs go to heaven. Duck, duck, gray duck, goose. I don't really care. I look great in a suit.
Yes, yes, there is cheers going wild in the stadium. Carolina Mike, that was awesome. That was awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for releasing that on our show. We can't wait to get that out to everybody. And my goodness, it has been awesome to have you on the show. Listen, Carolina Mike didn't just go viral. He got adopted by a fan base. He turned a moment into a memory and a lyric into a legacy. Because in North Carolina, sometimes the loudest voice doesn't come from the field. This is the Super Fan Diaries. Thank you for tuning in. And remember, if you make one person smile, you've had a great day. Make them laugh, even better. Thank you and goodbye.